I'm sorry if the questions made you uncomfortable, he said, moving closer. They won't ask again. It's fine. I'm fine. You're shaking. I looked down at my hands, betraying me. It's been a long day. Go to bed. I'll finish the dishes. I laughed, the sound harsh. You're going to do dishes? I'm capable of cleaning up after myself. He took the plate from my hands, his fingers brushing mine. The contact sent electricity up my arm, and I jerked back. Go, little butterfly. Rest. Why do you call me that? The question burst out before I could stop it. Little butterfly. Why? Chanmin tilted his head, considering. Because you're beautiful and delicate, and look like you might fly away at any moment. And because I think you're stronger than you look, just like butterflies, fragile wings, but they migrate thousands of miles. I didn't know what to say to that. Didn't know how to respond to the man who was my boss, who was supposed to be cold and ruthless, looking at me like I was something precious. Good night, Chanmin, I managed. Good night, Mansu. I fled to my bedroom and didn't come out again that night, even when I heard voices in the living room, laughter and conversation I wasn't part of. I lay in my expensive bed, in my beautiful room, in this golden cage, and wondered how long before I started forgetting what freedom felt like. The next few weeks fell into a rhythm. I cooked, cleaned, and tried to be invisible. Chanmin left early and came home late, but he always ate the meals I prepared and always had something to say about them. Usually a compliment, sometimes a criticism, always with that intense focus that made me feel like I was the only person in the world. Dongmin was friendly, flirtatious even, always finding excuses to talk to me while I worked. Danwoo was more reserved, but I'd catch him watching me sometimes with an expression I couldn't read. And then there was Tae-sung, the gardener. I started going up to the rooftop garden every morning before the others woke, just to sit in the peace and quiet. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'd help Tae-sung with the plants, learning about soil pH and pruning techniques, and which flowers bloomed when. He was easy company, never demanding, never expecting anything from me. You're good at this, he said one Thursday morning as I helped him repot some herbs. Natural touch. I like working with my hands. It's soothing. You seem tense lately. Everything okay? I shrugged. Just adjusting to life here. It's different than what I'm used to. Chanmin giving you trouble? No, actually. He's been fine. Professional. That wasn't entirely true. Chanmin was always professional, but there were moments, brushed touches, lingering looks, comments that could be innocent or could be something more. That left me confused. Tae-sung didn't sound convinced. Just be careful, Mansu. I've seen people come and go from this penthouse. The ones who get too close to Chanmin always end up hurt. I'm not getting close to anyone. I'm just doing my job. That's what they all say. He smiled to soften the words. But I like you. You're genuine. That's rare in Chanmin's world. We worked in comfortable silence after that, and when Tae-sung left, he squeezed my shoulder in a friendly gesture that somehow felt like more. I pushed the thought away. He had a partner. I had no interest in anyone. It was just friendliness. But I caught myself thinking about him more than I should. About his kind eyes and gentle hands. About how easy it was to talk to him. About how he was the first person in this penthouse who didn't make me feel like prey. It all came crashing down on a Saturday afternoon. Chanmin was home for once, working in his office, and I was cleaning the living room when Danwoo appeared with someone I didn't recognize. A beta, handsome in a corporate way, with perfectly styled hair and a smile that set my teeth on edge. Mansu, Danwoo called. Come here for a second. I set down my duster and approached cautiously. The beta was looking at me with an expression I couldn't quite read. Surprise, maybe? Recognition. Mansu, this is Park Sung-ho. He's one of our business partners. Danwoo gestured between us. Sung-ho, this is our housekeeper, Mansu. Park Mansu. Sung-ho said, and ice flooded my veins. Well, this is a surprise. You two know each other? Danwoo looked between us, sensing drama. You could say that. Sung-ho stepped closer, and I stepped back. Mansu and I dated briefly. Or rather, his ex-boyfriend and I had a connection. No. You're the one Ji-hoon cheated with, I said, my voice steady despite the rage building in my chest. You're one of the reasons I broke my bond. Sung-ho had the grace to look uncomfortable. It was complicated. It wasn't complicated. He was bonded to me, and you helped him destroy that bond. There's nothing complicated about being a homewrecker. Mansu, I'm working. Excuse me. I turned to leave, but Sung-ho grabbed my arm. Wait, please. I didn't know about you at first. Ji-hoon said you two were over. Don't. I yanked my arm free. Don't try to justify what you did. And don't touch me again. Everything all right here? Chanmin appeared from nowhere, his voice cold enough to freeze fire. His eyes went from my face to Sung-ho's hand, which was still extended toward me, and something dangerous flickered in his expression. We're fine, Sung-ho said quickly. Just catching up with an old friend. Man-soo doesn't look fine. Chanmin moved to stand between us, his body language screaming protection. Man-soo, go to your room. I'm fine. That wasn't a suggestion. He glanced back at me, and his eyes softened just slightly. Please. I fled, hating myself for running, hating Sung-ho for being here, hating Ji-hoon for still finding ways to hurt me even months after we'd ended. I slammed my bedroom door and locked it, then stood there shaking, trying to breathe through the panic. A knock came several minutes later. Man-soo? It's me, Chanmin. I opened the door to find him alone, his expression concerned. Are you okay? I'm fine. You're not fine. You're shaking. He stepped into my room without invitation, and I was too wrung out to protest. Sung-ho is gone. I made it clear he's not welcome in my home again. You didn't have to do that. He's your business partner. I have hundreds of business partners. I have one housekeeper who makes the best eggs Benedict I've ever tasted. He guided me to sit on the bed, then sat beside me, careful to leave space between us. Dan-woo told me what Sung-ho said. About your ex-boyfriend. It doesn't matter. It clearly does matter. You're crying. I touched my face and found it wet. When had I started crying? I'm sorry, I said, wiping at my eyes. This is unprofessional. Stop apologizing. Chanmin pulled out a handkerchief, an actual cloth handkerchief, like something from a different era, and handed it to me. You're allowed to have feelings, Man-soo. Even here. I took the handkerchief, dabbing at my eyes. I thought I was over it. Over him. It's been months since I broke the bond. But seeing Sung-ho, having it all thrown back in my face. Healing isn't linear. Chanmin's voice was gentle in a way I'd never heard from him. You can be mostly over something and still have moments where it hurts. Speaking from experience? Unfortunately. He was quiet for a moment. I had someone once. Thought it was forever. It wasn't. What happened? They wanted someone I couldn't be. And I wanted someone they refused to become. He smiled without humor. We destroyed each other trying to make it work. I'm sorry. Don't be. It taught me valuable lessons. Like recognizing when someone is worth fighting for and when they're not. He stood, moving toward the door. Rest tonight. I'll order takeout for dinner. Chanmin. He paused, looking back. Thank you. For everything. You're welcome, little butterfly. Something soft crossed his face. And Man-soo, you were right to break your bond. Anyone who would cheat on you is a fool who didn't deserve you in the first place. He left me alone with those words echoing in my head, and for the first time since arriving at the penthouse, I felt like maybe, just maybe, this place might not be so bad after all. And Minjay? I didn't want to read much into him. Minjay's presence in the penthouse was like a whirlwind, energetic, chaotic, and surprisingly insightful. He'd been there for 3 days, and already I felt like I'd known him forever. So, he said one morning while Chanmin was in the shower, cornering me in the kitchen. You and my brother. Serious. Getting there, I admitted, flipping pancakes. Good. He needs someone like you. Someone real. Minjay stole a piece of bacon. He's been alone too long. After Jae-won destroyed him, I thought he'd never open up again. What really happened with them? Minjay's expression darkened. Jae-won was toxic. Manipulative. He'd gaslight Hyung, make him doubt himself, then turn around and accuse him of being controlling when he got confused. By the end, Chanmin didn't know what was real anymore. That's awful. It was. Took him years to trust anyone again. So the fact that he's with you, that he's letting himself feel again. Minjay grabbed my shoulder. Don't take that lightly. You're important to him. More important than he'll probably admit. He told me he's falling in love with me. He what? Minjay's eyes went wide. Hyung said I love you. Out loud. With words. Well, falling in love. Not quite I love you yet. Still. That's huge. He never says that. Never. Not even to me. And I'm his brother. Chanmin appeared in the doorway, hair damp from the shower. Not even to you what? Nothing. Minjay said innocently. Just telling Man-soo embarrassing stories about your childhood. Minjay. Did you know he used to cry watching romantic movies? Minjay grinned. Like full sobbing. Our mom had to ban him from watching them because he'd get so emotional. I was 8. You were 14. I'm disowning you. You can't. I'm your only brother. I watched them bicker with a smile. This was what family looked like, teasing and love and comfortable chaos. It made me miss what I'd never had. Chanmin must have noticed my expression because after Minjay left to explore the city, he pulled me close. You okay? Yeah, just. I like your brother. He likes you too, which is rare. Minjay's usually very protective of me. He told me about Jaewon, about what really happened. Chanmin tensed. What did he say? Enough to understand why you have trust issues. Why you get jealous. I turned in his arms to face him. I'm not him, Chanmin. I'm not going to gaslight you or manipulate you. I know. Logically, I know that. But sometimes the fear is louder than logic. Then tell me when you're scared. We'll work through it together. He kissed my forehead. How did I get so lucky? You hired a desperate Omega who needed a place to live. Not exactly luck, more like convenience. Fate, then. Disguised as convenience. You're such a romantic. Only with you. The day before Minjay left, he pulled me aside for a serious conversation. Listen, he said. Chanmin's going to propose soon. My heart stuttered. What? He's been carrying around a ring for 2 weeks. Waiting for the right moment. Minjay looked at me seriously. I need to know, are you going to say yes? I don't know. It's fast. It's not about how fast. It's about whether you love him. Whether you can see a future with him. I do. I can. But I'm scared, Minjay. What if I'm not ready? What if I mess this up like I messed up with Ji-hoon? You didn't mess that up. Ji-hoon did by being a cheating asshole. Minjay took my hands. Look, I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I will tell you this. My brother is head over heels in love with you. More in love than I've ever seen him. And if you're not ready, if you need more time, tell him that. He'll wait. But don't say no out of fear. Say no because you genuinely don't want to marry him. And if I do want to marry him, then say yes and make my brother the happiest man alive. After Minjay left, I couldn't stop thinking about his words. Marriage. To Chanmin forever. The idea terrified me. But it also filled me with a warmth I couldn't deny. The proposal came a week later. Chanmin had been acting strange all day, nervous, distracted. That evening, he suggested we go to the rooftop garden. Is everything okay? I asked as we climbed the stairs. Everything's perfect. I want to talk to you about something. The garden was beautiful at sunset, the city spread out below us like a canvas of lights. Chanmin led me to our usual spot, then took both my hands. Mansu, I've been thinking a lot lately. About us. About the future. Okay, I know it's only been 9 months since you came into my life. 9 months since I hired you as my housekeeper. But in that time, you've become everything to me. He pulled out a small box, and my breath caught. You're the first person I think about when I wake up. The last person I think about before I sleep. You make me laugh, you challenge me, you make me want to be better. He opened the box, revealing a platinum band with a small diamond. I love you, Mansu. Completely, terrifyingly, irrevocably. And I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me? Tears flooded my eyes. Every fear, every doubt had melted away in the face of his love. Yes, I whispered. Yes, I'll marry you. His smile was radiant. He slipped the ring on my finger, it fit perfectly, then pulled me into a kiss that tasted like promise and forever. We're getting married, he said against my lips. We're getting married, I echoed, laughing through my tears. From behind us, I heard cheering. Dongmin and Danwoo appeared, clearly having been watching. About damn time, Dongmin yelled. I was starting to think you'd never ask. How long have you been there? Chanmin demanded. Long enough to witness that beautiful proposal. I cried. Danwoo cried. It was very emotional. I didn't cry, Danwoo protested. You teared up. That was allergies. I laughed, still clinging to Chanmin. You told them you were proposing? I needed to make sure the garden was set up properly. They helped. He kissed me again. No regrets. Not a single one. That night, we celebrated with champagne and joy. Then Chanmin took me to bed and showed me exactly how happy my yes had made him. We made love for hours, slow and intense, marking each other, claiming each other, promising forever with our bodies. I love you, he whispered as we lay tangled together afterward. My fiancé. I love you so much. I love you too. My stubborn, possessive, perfect alpha. I'm working on the possessive part. I know. And I love you for it. We fell asleep planning our future. A small wedding, just close friends and family. A honeymoon somewhere tropical. A life built together, one day at a time. Planning the wedding was both exciting and stressful. Chanmin wanted to handle everything, typical of his controlling nature, but I insisted on being involved. I'm not just showing up to my own wedding, I told him when he tried to make all the decisions. I just want it to be perfect for you. It'll be perfect because we're doing it together. We compromised. Chanmin handled the venue and logistics. I handled the food and decorations. Together, we chose the guest list, small, intimate, maybe 50 people. Minjay was the first person I called with the news. You're engaged. His voice was strange over the phone. Mansu, that's wow. Congratulations. You don't sound happy. I am. I'm happy for you. Just surprised. It's fast. I know, but it feels right. Then I'm happy. Really. When's the wedding? 3 months. Will you be there? Of course. I wouldn't miss it. But something in his tone bothered me. We'd been best friends for 8 years. I knew when something was off. Minjay, what's wrong? Nothing. I'm happy for you, Mansu. Chanmin's a good guy. You deserve to be happy. After we hung up, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was missing something. Chanmin noticed my mood. Everything okay? I think so. Minjay was weird about the engagement. Weird how? I don't know. Just off. Like he wasn't really happy for us. Chanmin was quiet for a moment. Mansu, has Minjay ever expressed romantic interest in you? What? No. He's straight. We're just friends. Sometimes people don't realize their feelings until it's too late. Chanmin pulled me close. I'm not trying to cause problems. I'm just saying, pay attention. Make sure you two are on the same page. You're being paranoid. Maybe. But I've learned to trust my instincts about these things. The next complication came from an unexpected source, Chanmin's ex, Jae-won. He showed up at the penthouse one afternoon while Chanmin was at work. I answered the door to find a stunningly beautiful man with cold eyes. You must be Mansu, he said. I'm Jae-won, Chanmin's ex. I know who you are. What do you want? Just to meet the person who finally captured Chanmin's heart. Can I come in? Every instinct screamed no, but curiosity won. I let him in, keeping my guard up. So, Jae-won said, looking around the penthouse. He's done well for himself. And you're younger than I expected. Prettier too. If you came here to insult me, I came to warn you. His expression turned serious. Chanmin is charming, isn't he? Attentive, romantic, makes you feel like you're the center of his universe. He does. That's how it starts. Then slowly, subtly, he starts controlling everything. Who you see, where you go, what you wear. He tracks your phone, questions your friendships, isolates you from everyone who cares about you. Jae-won stepped closer. By the time you realize what's happening, you're trapped. You're lying. Am I? Has he already shown signs? Getting jealous when you talk to other people? Wanting to know where you are all the time? Making decisions for you without asking? I thought about Tae-sung, the gardener Chanmin had fired out of jealousy. About his possessive tendencies, his need for control. I see you're remembering something, Jae-won said. Ask yourself, is that the man you want to marry? Get out. I'm trying to help you. Get out. Now. After he left, I sat there shaking. Was Jae-won right? Was I making a mistake? No. Chanmin had shown jealous tendencies, but he'd also worked on them. Gone to therapy. Communicated with me. He wasn't perfect, but he was trying. But doubt had been planted, and it grew throughout the day. When Chanmin came home, he found me quiet and withdrawn. What happened? Jae-won was here. His face went pale.